The Clips is back, baby.
No malice.
Virginia.
Just Alice.
Hell yeah, ladies and gentlemen. This is Joe J. Movie So Awesome. I'm Joe.
I'm Won-Jin.
Today we're going to start off with 28 years later. Full spoilers. Danny Boyle joint. And then we're going to do The Amateur.
The Amateur, yeah.
Which starred...
Rami Malek.
Yeah, Rami Malek.
Rami Malek.
Good actor. I think he's Egyptian American. That's why his name. And then we're going to do a Let's Talk. Big shout out to our 60 subscribers. ZZ, Kayla Marie, Jasmine, Music, Russian ID.
What's up, ZZ?
What's up, ZZ? Scott Walker, Ichan Hong, Void a Parrot. We love y'all, all 60 of y'all. Full spoilers, here we go. So, Won-Jin, I gotta say, I want to say the bottom line first. I had fun watching this movie. I was never bored, but I gotta say, it was too smart for its own good. I did feel like they tried to, two problems. Pack in too many things and very, very conscious of a sequel. Like, that's how I felt. But I had fun. It had a lot of smart ideas. The reason why I title it Reverse Apocalypse Now or Subversive Apocalypse Now is so the society that our boy is in is completely like reverse Heart of the Darkness. He's in a place where killing fellow human beings is normalized, and it's like an adult ritual. And he's going to meet Captain Kirk, but it turns out Captain Kirk is the most humane person on Earth. So I thought there were like smart angles like that.
Yeah.
It was also a fable, a Bildungsroman, where a kid learns that his parents are not perfect, but he also, tries to meet this magic figure, like a elixir. So there's a lot of these like great story elements in it, but did it meld well? Maybe, maybe not. That's how I felt.
Yeah. What I felt was, I thought the movie was kind of pretentious.
Oh yeah, there we go.
I thought it was pretentious because 28 days later, the original movie.
Yeah.
In my opinion, that was also kind of pretentious. But the only reason that I let it off the hook is because it has some shocking new ideas to a zombie film. For example, I think that's the first film where we see a zombie running.
Yeah.
Because the other ones they kind of like
technically they're not zombies, they're infested.
Yeah, they're infested and they run towards you. And that was like a very shocking element back then. And the original movie was filmed by like a 6mm camera, I think.
No, but Won-Jin, I have to cut you off here and ask you a very important question. 28 days later or 20 weeks later, which one did you prefer?
I haven't fully watched 28 Weeks Later, but I know that movie is not directed by Danny Boyle.
Because can I say something? I enjoyed both. But I feel like if you watch 28 Weeks Later, you're going to enjoy that shit. Because can I say something? This movie totally ignores 20 Weeks Later.
I think it does. And from what I know, 28 Weeks Later is closer to one of those like traditional action-packed zombie thriller.
It's what happens when Born Identity camera work meets zombie flick, because it's really realistic violence, and it's a great thriller. Oh, what's up, Walker?
What's up?
You saw the original 28 Days Later? Oh yeah. Chimpanzee attacking. Yeah, there are some smart ideas like that in that movie. Zezzy, I was surprised by the many subject of the topic and the symbols were all pointing in the same direction. I was surprised it was filmed with an iPhone. I barely noticed that, to be honest. They're infested with rabies, so basically they're not even dead. They literally have a high contagion rabies. Zezzy, you know what it is? It's kind of an on-the-nose metaphor that they're human beings. But anyway, Won-Jin, go ahead.
And, Zezzy just mentioned that the film was filmed with an iPhone, but the original 28 Days Later was filmed with kind of like a, like a home camera.
Yeah.
Only towards the end we see like a cinematic camera filmed part of the movie. So it was kind of like a refreshing deviation from traditional zombie movies. So that's why I kind of let it off the hook. And
No.
the actor was also tremendous in that movie.
No, but there's a similarity there because both of them are not really. I think Won-Jin, you're about to share your thoughts on this. They're really not about the zombies.
Yeah.
They're both about human nature.
Exactly. And with this one, what I don't like about is there's nothing too fresh being delivered. It
What?
just, to me, it felt like it kind of felt like a deep dive version of the first movie.
Don't you think? What did you think about that scene though, with the Alpha chasing them in the bridge and them returning to the island? I thought that was amazing.
You know what that reminded me of?
What?
The Life of Pi.
No.
Because, like you said, the movie's full of metaphors, and at the same time, it was shot so beautifully.
What did you? Do you know what shocks me? I thought you were gonna say that the island represent Brexit, and then the mainland Britain is actually Europe.
It could also be like a political message.
Because last time, did you say like the communist message? What was that?
Oh, what was it?
Yeah.
I forgot
The
What
sinners.
movie? Oh, the sinners. Yeah, the sinners.
So I thought it was kind of like a reverse Uno, where that island is Britain, and Danny Boyle is making fun of Britain for like being all rural and still extremely violent, while the real Britain in the movie is actually Europe, and the other like whatever. I thought it was kind of like, see, this is what I mean by being too smart. You know, Won-Jin, sometimes having too many smart ideas is not a good idea.
Yeah.
And here, like, I couldn't tell. Oh, another thing that bothered me was that arrow shot, like turning 360 degree. It was cool in the beginning, but I was like, why the fuck does that matter?
It did kind of remind me of the original movie. You know, like that glitchy kind of feel the moment they get hit and everything. So I guess it's kind of like a technique that Danny Boyle likes as a producer.
I think Danny
maybe.
Boyle was trying to say, violence is this horrible, guys. And I was like, thank you for being such a metaphorical director. Wait. In 28 Days Later, the original movie, what was wrong with those chimpanzees? Those people trying to rescue? No, don't you think the chimpanzees had the rage virus?
Yeah, they were working on a cure.
Yeah.
To deal with rage problems.
Yeah, now they create a new culture starting from a primal point. Yeah, so the whole movie is very metaphorical. Can you both explain to me, original 28 Days Later movie, what was wrong with those? They had the rage virus. And they turn into packs, like primitive packs of animals, even having an alpha. So they aren't really zombies. They're just back to their primal nature. Yes, that's what I mean by, it's like a commentary on human nature.
Yeah.
And I thought Won-Jin was gonna, because he likes this kind of metaphor. Like I thought he was gonna say the island is Brexit, and showing.
I didn't really think about it politically. I thought it was kind of ironic because remember when they meet Eric, the guy from Sweden, and he is a person who is outside of their world, where they still retain the modern technology and modern culture. And during that brief interaction he has with what's his name? Spike?
Yeah.
With Spike.
Spiky.
I got this feeling that maybe that primal civilization they're starting again
What's up, Void in the building?
within the island itself.
Yeah.
Maybe it's better off compared to like what they're used to on the outside.
Yeah, you're being very analytical there. I thought you hated this shit for being pretentious. Why you fucking?
No, I
enjoying
didn't
that?
say I hated it. I just said it was pretentious.
Okay. Oh.
Yeah. I just said it was pretentious.
Right.
But the message, I mean, what I felt was that maybe it's also like a commentary on modern civilization.
You know what the fucking problem is? There's too many commentaries.
Yeah. And when he showed him, like the smartphone and everything, it's supposed to be like a life-changing technology that they have in their hands. But
no, and there are a lot of glimpses of that. Like, so the movie asks us nature versus nurture a lot. Because remember, the alpha stops to look at his, I'm assuming wife, or I don't know how they procreate, but I'm sure the alpha bangs a lot of them. He halts, and there's a moment where he kind of understands the implication. So there's a lot of commentary like that about human nature, about what is pure and what is not. But you know what the problem I had with that is, like, why does does the alpha's dong need to be all like? Because
that thing was swinging everywhere, man. Man, that guy was packing.
Yo, that's a Uzi. That's a nuclear warhead right there. I was thinking like, because can I be honest? Like, it didn't bother me when the other alpha when he was chasing Spiky to the island. Honestly, Won-Jin, my opinion is a little different than yours. There, I thought that scene was really well done. But
no, I didn't say it was poorly done. I thought it was beautiful.
Okay. Oh, my bad.
Life of Pi.
Oh yeah. I'm sorry because the tiger scene and
but the stars and
the problem is like that was such a high for me. Like when the Dong guy just went through the bus. Honestly, it was very hard for me to take it seriously when his Dong was out there. Isn't that reason why? Like, because what do you think about it? Do you remember that scene in Planet of the Apes where like Caesar is atop everybody? And remember, I think you and I were in theaters. I was like, his dong is gone, and I thought that was better because we couldn't see Caesar's dong.
Because that would be very distracting.
Yeah, but here the dong is doing this jelly bean thing. Oh, sorry, boy. Oh, what a coincidence! I just heard about the movie from watching Moist Critical review. Oh, Moist Critical is a review channel. Void, we just watched it and we're reviewing it now.
It wasn't bad. It was a bit clean cut in comparison to the first one. Like you can tell that one was ghetto and this one had quite a budget to hire a lot of professionals. Just watching Baywatch right now. I'm talking to you boys. Oh boy, I'm looking at the actress that played Caroline. Yasmin. Oh, she's one hot bae. I think she's the hotter lifeguard on the show. I don't know, but I don't think Baywatch would ever be the same as like the one we grew up watching. Isn't there like a new version of Baywatch? You don't know how they procreate, but at one point all the movie screen was covered by the procreation tool.
No, ZZ, shut up. We know how they procreate. Because there's a lot of hint that they are actually...
There was a whole salami tied to his waist.
No, but no, there's a lot... Because, Won-Jin, remember, like, they hunt deers. So that means they eat. You know what animals that eat do? They bang. So I thought it was kind of hinted at from the beginning, even with the alpha. But so Won-Jin, here's another way to put this movie. Basically, it's like two movies. Like the beginning. Like I have a question: first hour or second hour? Which one is better for you?
For me, I guess it's the first hour.
Because don't you think that army march thing was kind of like... that's what I mean by Apocalypse Now.
And that's what I mean by pretentious. That weird song. Boots, 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 blah, 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 blah.
No, but it's like... Don't you think it's Danny Boyle saying human in their natural state is automatically fascist and very militant, very hunter-killer, and then the second half hour is...
In my opinion, the second half was, for me, very religious. And we can get this like hint that what's his name? Ralph Fiennes, the guy who plays Voldemort in Harry Potter, he resembled a lot of like a Buddhist monk.
No, but he resembled Kirk, like from Apocalypse Now.
And all his entire attitude towards death and everything.
You know what the fuck annoyed me though? The beginning. The kid named Jimmy. He's the Sir Jimmy at the end. So they're going to do a sequel.
Yeah, about Jimmy probably.
But you know what? Honestly, I thought Dr. Finn's was the Jimmy. Like, so the problem, there's a problem with this movie where this is kind of like Squid Game again, where they didn't conclude it properly. And that annoyed me a little bit. Because I have a question. What's your best part? Because like when Ralph Fiennes did the
monument thing.
Yeah. It was beautiful. So like scene by scene, there are so many brilliance. Except they meshed it within 2 hours. It's suffocating a little bit. Like I didn't know. Like,
and I don't think it was very well weaved together, in my opinion. My favorite scene from the entire movie would be like the part where he set off with his mother, like on this adventure to find that doctor, and then like the first night they're sleeping outside. That part I think was my favorite.
No, it was fucking annoying too. You know why? It was so smart of them to see that the mother, when her mother instinct comes in, she becomes violent, right? but no one fucking explains nothing.
They just slip right past. They just deal with something else.
Yeah, 28 Weeks Later was also better produced than the original Void. Yo, 28 Weeks Later is one of my favorite zombie movies ever. Hey, Won-Jin, tomorrow you watch 28 Weeks Later because I think you are actually gonna love it. 28 Weeks Later was
That's the one where there's like the mother is immune.
Yeah.
And then the guilty husband like kisses her and shit goes crazy.
Oh, you watched it?
No, I know the story.
Oh,
I didn't watch the whole thing.
Yo, but watch it from start to finish. That one, that movie is like.
And then also the kid happens to be immune.
Yeah, that movie is like the second Born Identity to me. Because you remember how like Born Identity and Born Supremacy have different directors?
And it was like when Born Identity came out, that thing was like a revolution in the genre of espionage.
The hint was all over the screen. I really like the symbolism of the second part when they got... No, but Zezzy, the problem is me and Won-Jin, we both love the symbolism of the second part, except they're like meshed together, like so suddenly. Void, Moy said that it got a bit superhero-esque. Is that true? Void, I actually disagree. Like, there was no, like, superhero moments for me.
They all feel very vulnerable.
No, but the problem I also have is, like, the boy is, like, an everyman character. And then they kind of set it up as, like, a father and son drama. But the father is totally absent in the second half of the movie. And that kind of annoyed me because, I mean, the movie was entertaining enough for me to just continue to watch it and be fascinated with it. But when the time the movie ends and the father runs out and says, "No!" I was like, who the fuck were you again? Like, it kind of like there's the problem. There's the scene with the mother and self-explanatory when she protects the son. Oh, yeah, that's another way to look at it. Why are you avoiding my question about the chance of 28 days, 20 years could happen for it? It could happen for real because we just had COVID. Yeah,
we had COVID. Remember, there are a lot of movies that deal with these like doomsday scenario with the killer virus. What's it called? Like 12 Monkeys, the one with Bruce Willis. We had what's that called? Resident Evil. 28 Days Later.
So 20 days. 20 weeks, 20 years. Out of the three, as an entertainment piece, I feel like 28 Weeks Later is the best. Because 28 Weeks Later is one of those, like, super thrillers.
It's so funny because Danny Boyle had nothing to do with that movie. It's so interesting.
Yo!
So someone else took the idea and they made it better.
No, that's like Born Identity, man. No, but, hey, shut the fuck up. Danny Boyle did Slumdog Millionaire. Did you watch Slumdog Millionaire?
Yeah, of course.
That's a fucking amazing movie.
And Trainspotting. Trainspotting is also movie. Directed by Danny Boyle.
No, but here I feel like oh, but here's the thing though. This is definitely like in Danny Boyle's defense. Okay, here we go. This is definitely Dune Part 1. So we cannot judge the whole thing unless I watch Dune Part 2. Remember how when people watched Dune Part 1 and they were like, that was all set up. And we didn't get to watch, and then we watched Dune Part 2, and we forgave everything, right?
Oh, Chan Hong, what's up?
Chan Hong in the building. So, Won-Jin, in the defense, this movie should be called 28 Years Later Part 1. So, if the next movie, which is supposedly coming up next year, completes this, then all is forgiven.
Oh, Chan Hong just watched the movie.
Yeah, it was scary for me. Yeah.
Hold on. A lot on the internet a while ago, and there's a chance something... Like the Planet of the Planet of the Apes also deals with that virus. Could happen for real. They're making a movie about the coronavirus. You know, judging from what we went through, COVID, we're so fragile. In a fresh epidemic.
Yeah, she survived through the beginning, so it makes sense for her to be able to protect her son with whatever thing she got left. Yeah. No, I thought her acting was great. Apparently, he found a cult and its member superhero-esque. Oh no, but Void. That's referring to the ending. Because Jimmy is Sir Jimmy at the end, and he has a whole crew that are like,
and there's a lot of this like Antichrist vibe. He has this like reverse cross.
Yo, that was really British. That was really British the way they had their hair.
And also their tracksuits.
Yeah, it was really British.
And I thought they were like the antithesis to the Doctor. Because remember, Doctor, the reason why I felt he was like a Buddhist monk was not just because of his appearance, but also the way he dealt with the alpha.
The Samson.
Yeah, because when he passed out from the morphine shot, he could have easily killed him, but he chooses not to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And remember, he also says these skulls, some of them are infected, some of them are not. They're all the same, but it's the beauty of that. And that was... See, this is why this is kind of like Doom Part 1, where they don't explain all the pieces. Because we don't know, because I think 28 years later, the next movie will be about Spikey and the Sir Jimmy gang.
And those guys... I thought they were being super, super enthusiastic about killing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but Spikey's whole village was also enthusiastic about killing. It's just they have a different ideology behind it. So maybe it's kind of Lord of the Flies in that way.
Lord of the Flies, and also I'm getting this like feeling of like the Crusades.
Yeah. Yeah, very, very... No, because remember, he had the necklace that his father gave him before he died at the end. So, yeah, Power Rangers, that last scene. Yeah, it was scary for you, Ichan-ho? How do you guys both feel about they making the movie about the coronavirus? Do you think it could be a good idea, or do you think...
There already is a movie about the coronavirus before it even began. What was that called?
Brad Pitt?
No. The movie with Kate Winslet.
Which one is that one?
Hold on.
Search for it.
Because when I watched that movie, I was like, is that possible? And when COVID hit, I was like, oh my god, it's just like the movie. What's that movie called? Yeah, Contagion. Contagion from 2011. That movie already is about COVID, basically. And every possible global pandemic.
Power Rangers at last scene. The sockets have held each sets of eyes and have been doing different things, and the ears have heard different things, and their mouths spoke different stories. What is she talking about?
What the Buddhist monk guy, not him, the doctor said about the skulls.
No, but that's one of the things about him symbolically is about dignity amid all the violence. Whether people like it or not will depend on how they depict the pandemic. Oh my god, I also watched it say it gave me Power Rangers vibes at the end. Yeah, I remember it was incredible. Matt Damon was on it. Yeah. No, but overall, conclusion is, I really had a good time though. There were so many interesting ideas. And what did you think about the Mortal Kombat violence?
I liked it.
Yeah.
It gave me something to be scared about, the alpha.
Yeah. I mean, and I think this is the only film I watched where Swedish guys are assholes. Like, aren't they really usually portrayed as like very socialist?
And very calm.
Yeah, but here he's a complete dick. I mean, he did kind of come out of nowhere though. But overall, the acting was great. A lot of brilliant ideas, but as a single film, this is imperfect. I need the 28 years later part 2. Like the moment they did the Power Rangers thing at the end, it was really odd, but I want to see like how that unfolds too.
Yeah. Anyway, so for me, it was like Life of Pi. It was shot beautifully. Unlike the first movie, the original one was so brilliant because it was so low budget.
And it was always raining there.
And even like the zombies, I heard they hired like local old people as extras.
But still, so many dongs, so many breasts and sexual organs in very unattractive positions.
Honest opinion, boys. What movie do you think will do better, or another movie of the coronavirus, or a movie about the Titan submersible disaster? I think another movie about a pandemic will probably do better. So,
Won-Jin, since I don't know how the Swedish guy, Mr. Robot, was depicted as. So here he's portrayed as a Instagram asshole, where he has a girlfriend that has a lot of plastic on her face.
It's kind of selfish and vain. He let his buddies die.
Yeah,
he ran away.
So that's what I mean by being too smart here, though. A lot of social commentary. No, but I think it's black comedy, right? So, Won-Jin, what would you grade it?
I would give this movie a 7.
7?
I would give it a 7.
All right. I'm going to give it an 8.
Okay.
Because I think I gave Doom Part 1 an 8 too. So if Part 2 blows my mind, all is forgiven. I love how it just brings in so many different genres. I love the fable element.
Yeah,
though.
that's what I liked about most. Especially the boys' adventure. It felt like a fable, and also it kind of felt like a story in Greek mythology or something.
Yeah, because one thing before we end it, the theme here is about life and death. That's a huge theme.
I mean, it even ends with the mother's death and the baby's birth.
Yeah. And Spikey has to accept that to be grown. And I thought that was done well. And I got to praise the Spikey actor, too. He was great in it. And it's just him learning about his father's infidelity. I just wish the trailer prepared me for it better. Because the trailer, I thought it was going to be like a father-son drama. But it turns out it should be called Spikey's Journey Through the Zombie Land. Or Zombie Land, the Real Dark Edition.
Spikey's coming of age.
Yeah. The only thing missing is Spikey having a crush and us having to watch zombies eat her alive. That's missing. So that would have been better. Oh, what is wrong with her face? Oh, Zezzy gives it 8.5. All male guy named James. I give it an 8. All right. Channel gives it 8. What Void haven't watched it. We recommended Void. I think you'll like it. I like the entwined concepts about life and death, and it was deep and it had essence and juicy. Zezzy, I agree with everything you said except the deep part, because it should have been 20 minutes longer.
And come to think of it, Cillian Murphy, when he played the role in the first 28 days, his character's name was also Jimmy.
Jim. That's like Ji-hoon in Korea. Everyone's named Ji-hoon.
Yeah, so it's like in many literature.
It's like John.
It's like an all-guy name, like Lee Chan-hong says.
No, but Spikey is short for what? But it was so British that way. But anyway, so Jojin Movie So Awesome gives this movie a 7.5. It was super entertaining. Did this movie make up for The Last of Us, Joe? Void. I enjoyed this more than Last of Us Season 2. What about you, Won-Jin?
I don't know. I think if I put those two for comparison, I would pick The Last of Us.
Really?
I think I was a little more entertained by The Last of Us.
No, me different, Void. I actually enjoyed this better. Because I'm going to watch this when it drops on DVD. And the zombie dawn. Won-Jin, I have a question though. The slows, I did wonder how the slow zombie and the fast zombie react with each other though.
Yeah.
There's a lot of
because that crawling on the ground guy, he wasn't there in the original one.
Yeah.
I guess he's like a new breed, and somehow I don't know why they're all obese.
Why are
when they're only eating worms?
I think that's biblical. Isn't that like punishment in hell for like greedy people, where you have to just
crawl around?
Yeah, crawl around and eat worm in the earth. I thought that was like a biblical thing. So this is the problem I have with it, though. Like sometimes.
Oh, but the funny thing is, remember in the beginning of the movie when one of them gets shot, they stand up and shout it. They come running. What the fuck? So then, why were they crawling in the first place?
Yo, when Danny Boyle sees your face, he's like, "Fuck it." That's what I was looking for. That confused face about interpretation. So, Void, let me ask you a question better. This movie opens the door for a lot of interpretation because you love Synecdoche.
Synecdoche,
New York.
Skadoosh.
So this is kind of like zombie Synecdoche. This is kind of like zombie Synecdoche on steroids. Are there animals in movie 20? Yes, there is. There's a deer that's gonna get ripped apart alive. So anyway, guys, Jojin Movie So Awesome gives it a 7.5. That means we recommend it. I personally recommend it. If you like pretentious movie that are smarter than they pretend to be, please go watch it. This one's for you. We're going to take a short break and come back to talk about The Amateur.
The Amateur with Rami Malek.
This has been Joe J Movies Awesome. I'm Joe.
I'm Won-Jin.
We'll see you guys in a bit.
Yes.
Bye.
Let's see. Scott, okay, so Jin, you're saying a movie about the Titan submersible disaster won't be a good movie to watch, or do I want to very well at what you're saying won't be a good? I'm saying that compared to a movie about a global pandemic, it won't do as well in the box office. But a movie about a Titan submersible disaster, regardless of its box office thing, it will still be very good.
Oh, Void, I'm pretty sure it's from Dante's Inferno, not from... Yeah, you're probably right, Void. Because I did get a lot of biblical thing, though, with the Alpha banging one of his girls and they having a baby, but the baby is not without sin. Because you could interpret the zombie as, like, the zombie thing as sin. But the baby is not born without sin. So that's like a reverse Bible, remember? Because in Bible, we're all born without sin. We're born with sin. So fuck Danny Boyle, and then we're going to end this fucking...